Hi, Kristen. Thanks, Kristen, for this. Hi, everyone. My name is Toby Badamosi. I'm building a company called Mage. What we do is we offer revenue-based financing for creative businesses. And the problem we're trying to solve really is the problem of access to working capital. We know that artists earn majorly from two major streams, which is you earn from platforms or you earn from off platforms. Your platform earnings includes things like your streams, and off platform includes things like brand deals, selling merch, and all these other channels. But the problem is it takes a bit of time for you to get money you've earned already. Take for example, if I get a stream from Spotify, from the point my song is streamed to when the money gets into my bank account, it takes about 3 months. And for us, we see this as a problem because it stops artists from getting access to their funds to create more and even to promote existing projects. Which is why we decided to solve this problem by linking these creative businesses and these artists to lenders. And how we do it is we first solve the problem of underwriting, saying, how can we ensure that these people pay money that they are advanced? So we built out a very unique credit score where we take into account things like the social media sentiments and also the historical financial information. So we built out a way you can sort of rank artists based on these factors, and it's a way to sort of identify the risks involved in giving credits to these artists. Also, we work on directly integrating into these platforms that these artists and sort of like reduce the risk and also make it easy for us to collect the money we advance to them. And for the lenders, we work with banks, we work with also lenders, and also some personal people can also send money into our funds, which will give them a yearly return of around 20 to 30%. And we are really focused on the entire creative space, starting with the music industry. And it's actually quite a large space. If you look at just Spotify, where in 2022, 200K artists earned over 1.2 billion, 12.3 billion rather. And for us, we want to help about 10% of these artists access their payments early and also process these payments with the platform. Next. All right, yeah. So how we make money really, it's an interest in every advance we give out to these creatives. We usually charge around 5%, but it can also go lesser based on our risk and calculation, and also based on the relationship with these creative businesses. And for us, the journey is really three-phased. So right now, we are focused on helping these creative businesses access this short-term financing. The next phase will be direct integrations into creative platforms like the DistroKid, where artists can request advances directly from DistroKid or whatever platform they use, and then we are the source of funds to these creative businesses. And the final stage for us will be infrastructure, where build out APIs and more that banks and other platforms can use to advance credits to these creative businesses. And a bit about me, I've spent over a decade in the music industry. I was a music producer, worked with artists like Mr. Easy, Sean Tizul, and the rest before switching to the business side of things. I've led agencies, worked with over 60 creative projects. My last professional experience, I led expansion and products at an operation at the company called Vendis, which is a YC back startup. And my co-founder is an engineering wizard. We've built and exited two previous creator platforms. One is Influenced by Us, which is an influencer marketing platform. And second is Espanometra, which is a platform for producers to sell their beats. And that's all from my side. I think, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So first of all, I love the idea of credit scoring around, not non-common attributes. I think that's a really interesting way to approach things. How did you come up with that as a concept? Why did you feel it was necessary to build out a scoring model that's not normally how banks approach things?
Oh yeah, so I mean, we got this idea from the first company we built, Influence Power. So it was a way to allow brands to book influencers. So we needed a way to categorize these brands to make it easy for them. So a brand, take for example, MCN could come up on the platform and say, I need art influencers that fit this range. So with this credit score, with this score that we built, then it was easy to do that. So we took out that same idea and then begin to add more information to it, like the historical financial information and more things. So this made it more robust and we think solve this problem for this particular use case.
Fantastic. And then we have a question from the audience. Here we go. This is super helpful. How are deals constructed for artists in the developing stage? Like, would an artist just starting out be able to get funding?
Right now, for it, you have to request for funding, and then you plug in, you sign up on our platform, and also send your financial information. Usually, we plug into your social media, your distribution platform, whether mostly DistroKid, because I'm currently in Lagos, Nigeria. Most people here use most independent artists use DistroKid. So we plug into your DistroKid, your social media, and we're able to calculate if you are if you fit the criteria for these advances. And also to add to that, apart from giving these credits, artists just use us to also run their financial operations. So you can receive funds, create invoices, and do everything that you need to run your finances.
Fantastic. Well, that's very cool. Can you talk more about that? So, I guess this additional piece or component is that you also can manage financials. Are you aggregating together various sources of financials? How are people kind of using it for that as well?
Currently, I mean, the first thing we built because we know we want to build a credit infrastructure, we had to build a way to collect these monies in the first place. So the first thing we built was sort of a bank. I don't like using the term, but we built like a banking infrastructure at the very beginning. So artists and businesses use us. They have account numbers in USD and NGN, so they use it to collect payments from clients all over the world. And they also can create invoices to bill clients and also get paid directly from this. So on a very basic, we have that infrastructure built out, and then we begin to layer on the credits aspect of things. So which means we have access to your information already from what you're earning, because you basically earn on the platform, and then we layer on credit on top of it.
Fantastic. I love that. That's a good pipeline, basically, for to get people from not necessarily in the loan space to being in that space. That's really cool. William had a question. There's royalty advanced platforms like this that just take the revenue until the loan is paid back. How would this be more compelling compared to what's already out there?
Yes, so I mean, so for us, we're focused more on building this the credit infrastructure, so building this credit scoring that more banks can plug into, as opposed to a bit spread that just gives the money based on. I mean, to say it's very similar to a bit bread, but for us, it's just more of building this entire infrastructure, the data that more financial companies can plug into.
Great. And I guess one thing that I would presume is if you're based in Nigeria, I imagine you have a core focus in Africa as a whole, at least West Africa. Is that the case?
Yes, exactly. Africa is our core focus now.
And generally, having worked internationally, that's not often a space that every company is willing to play in. So I think you also have that advantage there, I presume.
Yes, exactly.
Fantastic. I think that's all for questions. So Kareem asked, "What's the best way to get in touch with you?"
I think Christine can, but
Okay,
yeah,
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 I can share. What I will do afterwards, and Aaron, hopefully it's okay as well. I'll drop a note to people about your LinkedIn, so they can reach out and connect if they have more questions and things like that.